The Chicago Bears, they couldn't get Russell Wilson. I think that's going to sum up the entire offseason for them. And everything hinged on the Russell Wilson deal. Nothing happened. Now, there's still some possibility. There's still some rumblings, and maybe they could do something, go even farther and get some kind of a deal done. They franchised Allen Robinson. Other than that, it's been a horrible offseason. When you're relying on Andy Dalton to be your starter, you're not in a good position.
Taking a swing at Russell Wilson and winding up with Andy Dalton is the NFL equivalent of hitting on the hottest girl at the bar. She says no, and you go home and stick your wiener in a wood chipper. That's the best thing. I can't come any closer to. That's why they're a Gary Busey. You gave up Mitch Trubisky, who, now granted, I'm not going to say he didn't need a change of scenery. I'm not going to say that. Mm-hmm. He gave up what I believe to be more money to sign with the Bills than the Denver Broncos, who were going to give him an opportunity to start. You gave Andy Dalton 4 times as much money as Mitch Trubisky got. That is all I needed to know to give you an F for the offseason. Mm-hmm. And Bears fans know I'm right. I mean, for the love of God, I don't get the most rose-colored glasses message board aficionado is not looking at this team going, oh, yeah, we're way better. Trying to figure out the second guy to put on this little graphic was kind of difficult. Well, you still don't have any receivers.
Yeah.
David Montgomery's good. Oh, well, swell. Mm-hmm. Well, hot shit.
I probably would have gone with the second addition to this team in free agency being Damian Williams, but I don't even know who the hell Angelo Blackson is.
Oh, you should. You do this for a living, you know. You should. You should fucking know who he is.
Who is he? You're going to explain it to me.
He's a defensive end.
Okay.
It's really all the analysis you need. The fact you didn't know who he is pretty much all. He's a dude. He's a rotational defensive end piece.
Yeah. I mean, I knew Mario Edwards. Not familiar with Angelo Blackson. Mm-hmm. And that's all they've done in free agency. So, I mean, I went D+ just because I factored in the Allen Robinson franchise tag.
I did not.
If you were going to do anything this offseason, I guess that was the best thing you had.
By the way, Angelo Blackson came from my best team in the NFC, Arizona Cardinals.
Ah.
That would be why I...
See, that's why I don't know who he is.
Probably why I know who he is.
Right.
Losing Kyle Fuller, I mean, basically, and I know it's not this simplistic, but you move on from Kyle Fuller to bring in Andy Dalton. There's nothing good about that.
Right.
And I've told this joke on the morning show, the Sportsocracy Live, 9 a.m., every day here on YouTube Live. There's no way Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy looked at each other and high-fived when Andy Dalton called and said, yo, I'm taking your deal. They went, yay. I mean, he's a guy that plays quarterback. Is he better than Mitch Trubisky? Right now, do you think Andy Dalton's better than Mitch Trubisky?
No.
I don't either. I think it's 6 one way, half dozen the other, and Mitch Trubisky's way younger and was way cheaper. I don't buy it.
I do trust Andy Dalton more, though, to be my starter.
I don't. Andy Dalton is immobile as hell. One of the things that made David Montgomery look as good as he did at the end of the last year, Mitch Trubisky's mobile. You have to at least respect the fact he can boot out and hurt you. Andy Dalton would lose to me in a foot race, and it probably wouldn't be all that damn close because I'm way damn taller than he is.
Right.
I just don't get it. I don't get anything you've done here. As a team that is, Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy have to be looking at each other going, if we're not good this year, we're going to get fired. Cool. And this is the foot you put forward. Yikes. I don't see any way these two guys are back next year, and they shouldn't be. Flat out, they shouldn't be.
No.
Ryan Pace has been a disaster, and I thought he was a great hire for the Bears. Matt Nagy, I didn't really understand that one. I'm going to say something that's not popular, but I feel like Matt Nagy is part of what's hurting Eric Bieniemy.
Okay. Well, yeah, because he's a disciple off the Andy Reid tree.
And it's going to hurt Mike Kafka when he winds up as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
The other thing hurting them is that they play deep into the playoffs every year. Nagy was hired. They waited to hire Nagy. Not tremendously long, and that was also a year that they didn't go deep in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, that's the best thing that the Chicago Bears have going for them is their defense. I mean, their defense is so good that they're competitive in every game. So I can understand the thought of if we felt like Mitch was putting us at risk and not winning as many games, I mean, Andy Dalton's not good. He's not the greatest answer that we could come up with, but maybe we feel like he can take care of the ball a little bit better than Mitch Trubisky. Maybe we feel like he can, at least stem the tide. I also feel like the Andy Dalton thing was just a knee-jerk reaction.
Yep. You found out you couldn't get Russell Wilson, and you overreacted to do what you thought was I would have loved Ryan Fitzpatrick here.
Okay.
I would have loved Ryan Fitzpatrick because I don't hate their weapons as much as a lot of other people do. I think Anthony Miller can be a realistic wide receiver in this league. Mm-hmm. I like Darnell Mooney. I like Cole Kmet. David Montgomery was good at the end of last year. Mm-hmm. This is not a team that's completely bereft of weapons. I'm not saying they're great. They're in the bottom 12 of the NFL in weapons, but it's not like they were the Jets last year.
Right.
Not like you were starting Braxton Berrios or anything like that. I don't buy Andy Dalton at all. Andy Dalton was half-assed at best with CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. You think that's going to get better in Chicago? Oh, by the way, and you play outside in the cold. Tremendous. Mm-hmm. I think it's a disaster. I think they're going to clean house, and they should. The Bears fans are too good for shit like this. I do not have a dog in this fight at all. You're in the opposite conference of my team. You're far away from where I cover. You're not in my geographic, the ESPN range. I can give a damn less. But Bears fans deserve markedly better than this. They're too good. Bears fans are too good for the shit that they have been forced to swallow since Jay Cutler was the quarterback. And I could go further than that. That's just... I really wanted a reason to bitch about Jay Cutler.
I was going to say, you got to go back to Sid Luckman the last time the Chicago Bears had an actual franchise quarterback. It's ridiculous, but it's kind of the culture that they've been stuck in of play really good defense and being, on offense.
And they'll play good defense again.
I mean,
I will say, Kyle Fuller to Desmond Trufant, that is a huge step down. Desmond Trufant and Artie Burns are going to get picked on regularly. Mm-hmm. Because I like Jalen Johnson a lot. But now you don't have to throw at him. You know what's on the other side. There's not a Kyle Fuller on the other side. That's going to hurt.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons that you got a Gary Busey. Because you took the money you saved on Kyle Fuller and gave it to the Red Rifle.
Yeah. The Chicago Bears just barely made the playoffs this past season. You think that happens again in 2021? No. I don't either.
No, I won't be shocked if Matt Nagy's not the head coach of this team at the end of the year.
Oh, mid-season firing.
I will not be shocked if Chuck Pagano is the guy that leads this team the last 6 to 8 games of the year. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't hate it if he got the job long term.
Yeah.
I don't know that he would take it. He's talked about retiring and, all these other things. I'm fine with Chuck Pagano. I think he's done – I think I could coordinate this defense and it would still be reasonably good because I have Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks and all these other pieces.
Right.
Roquan Smith. Mm-hmm. But he has done a good job. Yeah.
I agree with that.
I feel bad for Bears fans. This is the team that's pissed me off the most. Of all the Gary Buseys I got, fuck the Houston Texans. I could care less.
Right.
You're following players around. You can go fuck yourself all the way off. The Raiders, you know what? I pound them every year, and some of these things work out, some of them don't. Mike Mayock's a sharp damn cat. Mm-hmm. Paying Kenyon Drake and gutting your offensive line doesn't make any sense, but in Mayock, you shall do what you shall do. Mm-hmm. I still lean on Max Crosby, who I had in the 5th round. He took him in the 3rd, and he's been damn good.
Right.
Bears fans, you deserve better than this.
I agree.
And it's disgusting, and I hate it, and I hope whoever takes this franchise over in a year gives you the product that you deserve.
I agree with that, and I think they want somebody young to come in and take over. They want... They want somebody who's going to be able to come in and stick around for you. I mean, that was the idea with Matt Nagy. We'll bring in a young guy who can be in this job for a long time. I don't think they're going to turn it over to Chuck Pagano.
They may not.
And they probably,
they're not going to turn it over to Bill Lazor, I can promise you that. No. Or John DeFilippo. Or I can go through the staff.
Right. No, it's not good, and they're all gone at the end of the year.
100%.
That's the thing. They're not going to make the playoffs. It's been a bad offseason free agent-wise. What they can do in the draft, we'll see. I mean, there's always that possibility that they could still pull out some kind of move to get a quarterback, whether it be trading for Sam Darnold or whether it be, the outside chance that Russell Wilson does move.
I don't think you're paying Sam Darnold, or I don't think you're paying Andy Dalton to bring in Sam Darnold. Only way they get up there is if a quarterback falls, and with Fields running a 4.44, that's the only one I thought could fall, and he's not going to.
Yeah. I don't think he's.
Somebody will take him in the top 8. Chicago won't be able to get up there without just crazy overpaying.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. The number one thing I hope is that they don't allow Ryan Pace to crazy overpay for the 5th best quarterback in this draft.
I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. You are in the Sportsocracy, and we are in the Wicked Weed studio. WickedWeedBrewing.com. Drink different. Be sure to hit like and subscribe for all of our free agent grade content.